to our newsroom. Let's begin with the headlines. Our titles on national issues, industrial development in Ali Sabih towards 100% national cement productions. On continental news, a restriction against non-vaccinated person in Europe. Welcome if you join us. The Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of industry, Mr. Ilyas Mousse Dawali, paid a working visit to Ali Sabih cement factory to see the progress of the industry's productions activities, accompanied by a strong delegation of civil and military officials, including the prefect and many others, the deputies of the region, the president of the regional council, as well as Uqals and his close advisors and collaborators. The minister went through the different phases of the plant. Clinker is an essential intermediate product in the production of cement. It is the result of the combination of several raw materials, including limestone, clay, and sandstone, all of which come from the region. These different materials are crushed and proportioned in a meticulous process before being put into the kiln and fired at a temperature of 1400 Celsius. At the end of his visit, the Minister of Finance said that I am moved, he declared, by a feeling. I feel joy and pride in having visited uh, this industry. Further on, the minister stressed that the Ali Sabih cement factory is the first heavy industry in the country. It represents, he added, hundreds of direct jobs and more than 100 other indirectly. We did not fail to point out that the result of work done is clearly visible. Finally, that he recalled the importance of involvement of all actors in the realization of these vital socio-economic projects. As part of the community vaccination campaign and following the memorandum of understanding signed with the authorities of Port and Free Zone, the Port of Djibouti has launched a mass vaccination operation against COVID-19 for benefit of doctors. This is the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Rable, where he was welcomed by the Director General of the Port of Djibouti, Mr. Jam Ibrahim, and the director of the PLS, Mr. Osman Hassan Osman. For the past 3 days, the mobile COVID-19 vaccination team has been working on site to vaccinate all the employee and port staff. This initiative is part of the strategy to bring vaccinations for closer to Djiboutians worker. The minister and the port official were able to see how well the anti-COVID the vaccinations operation was going, appreciating the enthusiasm and mobilizations shown by the different employee. Nearly 400 of whom have so far received their vaccinations out of total more than 8,000. The Director General of the Port of Djibouti, Mr. Jama Ibrahim Darar, recalled the pillar role of the Port of Djibouti COVID-19. The Port of Djibouti has been the forefront of the fight against COVID 19 as we work 24 hours a day. We are open to the outside world, which is why we give priority to the protection and health of our staff and dock workers and their families. Together with the Minister of Health, we are committed to reducing the diseases in our country, he said. In just 3 days of activity, this vaccination campaign has distributed more than 300 doses of vaccine. The Minister of Health say that this. The Minister of Health, his part, said that this vaccinations campaign will continue until the last port staff gets their dose of vaccine. The Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdel, expressed his satisfactions and enthusiasm of this event. He also said that this mobile vaccination team will continue their activity until all employees take their vaccinations.
Vraiment engagé dans cette lutte quotidienne contre le Covid-19 et surtout contre la prévention. Et donc le vaccin constitue le seul arme de lutte contre cette maladie qui, pour l'instant, à Djibouti, sur le plan épidémiologique, n'est pas est très calme, mais il faut que nous restons vigilants. Il faut que nous restons vigilants et qu'on puisse vacciner toute la population djiboutienne. Nous voulons vacciner tous les dockers. Nous sommes donc prêts à aller dans toutes les institutions de l'État, dans toutes les sociétés, les grandes sociétés. Et donc le port fait donc la première société, le premier employeur.
The Minister of Women and Family Affairs organized an important meeting with the new child yesterday at the UNFD headquarters. The objective was to establish contact between the junior MBS mandate for the period 2021-2023 and the Minister of Women and Family in the presence of her excellent of the minister and the representative of UNICEF in Djibouti and the Secretary General of the UNFD. The agenda included the presentations of the organization and functioning of the Children's Parliament. This action, which is in line with the ministry guideline, will enable children to become aware that everything is being done to ensure that they can enjoy all their rights without discriminations. The Minister of Women, Mrs. Muna Usman Aden, stressed the importance and the main objective, which is make children aware that everything is being done so they can enjoy all their rights. The meeting room of the minister in charge of decentralization hosted a technical working meeting between the delegation of South Provence Alpes Côte d'Azur region on the one hand and the technicians of the ministry, the National Association of Local Authority of Djibouti, which namely an EAN-CLD, chaired by the mayor of Djibouti and gathering 5 presidents of the region and the president of the commune of other hand. The working meeting chaired by the acting secretary general, Mr. Yusuf Abdullah, was attended by official executive and technicians that ministry alongside member of the French delegation. The president of municipality of Balbala, Mr. Idris Bashir, held yesterday in the large conference room that are in Al Rahma complex, a working meeting with the councillors of neighborhoods, community leaders, elder, youth collective and women association of the municipality, surrounded by his close collaborators and the mayor of the city of Djibouti, Mrs. Fatuma Awale. The president of the municipality of Balbala welcomed the women's associations, community leaders, elder, and all that involved. This first working session was attended by the mayor of the city, Mrs. Fatuma Awale, parliamentarians, and local elected. He recalled that it was time to awake the conscience of our young people and to include them with patriotism, said the mayor of Djibouti, Mrs. Fatuma. The mayor of the city, Mrs. Fatuma Awali Osman, took the floor and reminded the audience that from now and the dumping of waste water on public road will not be tolerated anymore. The prefect recalled that this meeting were part of the awareness between the president of the municipality of Bilbala and the community leaders in order to find solution and restore through the actions. On continental news, in the face of the rise in COVID-19 infections in Europe, restrictions are being imposed across the continent, particularly on non-vaccinated people in many countries of Europe. For example, travel will be severely restricted from Monday. People who have not been vaccinated will no longer be allowed to go to restaurants, bars, and public events. This is a very strict turn of event, while the vaccination rate remains low in the country at around 58% of the populations. Here we arrive at the end of this news edition. Thank you for watching us. Goodbye.